So, Coach, I guess talk about the challenges you have tomorrow with a lot of your starters not here or available. What kind of challenges is that face for you guys playing?
I'm going to talk about the opportunities that we have. There's a lot of guys out there that are hungry to play. Certainly, it's not ideal that you're missing 10 guys due to international duty, but that's MLS. That's the sign of actually being a good, deep squad, having a lot of talented players. So it's something that we as a coaching staff, accept. Now the players, the senior players, the Kelvins, the Brads, the Wills, everybody, the Meredith, Fries, they provide enough leadership, but can you blend some of that leadership with some of the enthusiasm with some of the young guys? That'll be our biggest challenge.
The fans seem to have an emotional connection with this tournament, given the success that you guys had in the early years. What's your own personal sort of feeling about the Open Cup?
I like it. I think it's a competition. We always want to do well in competition, whatever it is. Supporter Shield, MLS Cup, Open Cup, Champions League. This franchise is a proud franchise. We want to go and win trophies. That's part of the mantra that's been pushed back through the USL days, the A-League days, even back in Alan Hinton's days. He won a few, Supporter Shield, I guess you would call it, best record in the league. We've always been a successful franchise, so that's always there. For me personally, I think the Open Cup was a good springboard for the launch of this franchise in MLS. It allowed us to be relevant early. The '09 championship was a many fond memories. The last one in Philly, Zach Scott on a broken leg, broken foot, Oba Deuce doing their thing. Those are fond memories for me.
How is your relationship to the tournament different from the A-League teams and sort of looking to be the sort of giant killers to now maybe being on the other side of that? How has your own sort of perspective shifted?
Well, I got to look at that because I think I played against Preki in an Open Cup game. I know I played a couple of games. I actually lost a Zig in one. So there's certainly a difference when you're an underdog team, a USL team. You get into this prestigious tournament. It's easy to motivate your guys because they all wanted to be up in MLS. So it is a little bit different, but it's still a big tournament, and we want to do well.
Portland hasn't been even closely affected by the international absences as you are.
They lost a couple.
Do you expect them to turn up like a #1 lineup there?
I expect Gio to do whatever he thinks is best for his squad. He's a good guy, good coach, and he will bring up a team that he thinks can win. And who they bring, all of that, it's out of my control.
What were your thoughts about the Open Cup as a youth player?
I never had any as a youth player.
Did you know about it?
I didn't know about it as a youth player, no. That was way too long ago, Jada.
So what makes these kind of Open Cup? It could be a scrimmage out here, the Seattle-Portland thing. It doesn't matter.
Some of my fondest memories were of reserve games, traveling on a bus down 2 hours to the old Civic Stadium with terrible AstroTurfs. And those games against Portland were hard because we as young players, they had young players, mix a few veterans in there. We wanted to prove to our coaching staff that we could be up with the first team. So those were some physical duels, some battles that I remember very well. The goal that Roger scores, 49, all of that history. It's a good history between the two of us in Open Cup.
How good is that for soccer just to have two clubs that have a rich history, whether it's MLS or whether just...
Portland put 4,000 new seats in their stadium. It looks great on TV. I'm looking forward to going down there to experience it live because they can do it. They have the demand. It's there. We do the same thing. We're going to be completely packed to the gills at Cheney for this game. The atmosphere is going to be great. It says a lot about the history of the Pacific Northwest in soccer.
Was there? What's always say about the U.S. Open Cup though? Because you faced the Timbers more than any other team in this cup.
That's above my pay grade. However, they do the ball, pick the ball out of the fishbowl or whatever they do, it's beyond my control. All I know is we have an opponent. We have history with our opponent. It's going to be a great match.
Was there ever a thought about maybe practicing at Cheney Stadium to get the team maybe used to the
A lot of those guys play at Cheney. I played a game there with a bunch of starters there a month ago. Roman, all those guys. I mean, we're familiar with our home team, our home field.